Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Monday, February 26th, 2018. This is the Super Organizer Show with James Lott Jr. I am James Lott Jr., Super Organizer. I don't even know where the month went of February. In fact, I just looked up and all of a sudden it is almost March. Don't know how that happened. But thank you for joining me. I feel like my days. Thank you for joining me. I am so giddy right now because I have such a good guest coming up after our first break. She's our only guest this episode because she deserves it. Ellen Delap, who is our... Well, let me explain to you. So some of you who are longtime fans of the show and follow the show are not organizers yourselves. You listen to the program for the guests or the tips, myself. But I am part of an organization since 2014, so 4 years coming up, called NAPO. And it's the National Association of Productivity and Organizing Professionals. They just changed their name. And I've been a part of them, like I said, since 2014. And they have a lot of great people who are a part of the organization. Well, as you guys know, I had Ellen Fay, who was outgoing president, on last year. I have new and present president, say that 10 times fast, of the board, Ellen Delap, coming on. And so we're going to talk to her. Amazing woman. It's going to be a great conversation. So I'm just a little giddy because I actually have the president of this association that I am a part of. That's how beautiful life works, kids. That's how beautiful, 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 beautiful life works. And that's actually leads into, as you know, I do my thanks and gratitude every show. And I believe in giving thanks out loud and living in gratitude. And part of this, I live in thanks and gratitude of Ellen Delap coming on the show and having her support. It's nice to have support from people who are like-minded like you in terms of what you love to do for work, and we affect change in the world, and so I live in gratitude of her support. I want to give thanks and gratitude to AfterBuzz Media. I just celebrated 3 years as a TV producer, creator, host, showrunner with the network. I have worked with under AfterBuzz Media. There are 4 networks: Popcorn Talk, Black Hollywood Live, which I currently have a show on called Breaking Into, which just celebrated 2 years and 103 episodes now. And I've done stuff for them on their Books Look Online, where I interview authors network, and of course AfterBuzz TV, where I'm currently on just one show, which is one called The Heart After Show, the Hallmark show. That's really great. But I've created 3 or 4 shows for them that are still going right now with other hosts. And I did the soaps. My first show I ever did was the Days of Our Lives After Show Edition Day. So shout out to Tony Moore and Mark J. Freeman for giving me the opportunity, because of them, because of Peter Ramos, who mentioned the show, because of Raj Vias, who mentioned Peter Ramos, who mentioned the show. I am a television personality, producer, creator, showrunner, and host. And I just live in such gratitude that I get to do TV and radio podcasting. I get to do both. Actually, my TV shows are turned to podcasts, and my radio shows turn to podcasts. It's a podcast world. So I'm drinking my decaf coffee. So I just live in gratitude to be at the table and be able to help make decisions, and my career has just been going up and up and up, and I am excited to see what happens the next 3 years. Who knows where I'll be. So that's my thanks and gratitude. And so, and especially to Kevin Undergaro, Maria Menounos, who started the network and who support me completely. All the engineers, all the producers, all the presidents of the networks, all my co-hosts I've ever had, and all the guests and all the fans who support me and just give me such words of encouragement all the time. And also to the fans who aren't fans of me and give me words of not encouragement all the time. It all makes me, so it's great. So I have a couple things coming up before we have our guests come on. I am going to actually leave in a couple of days. Excuse me. A couple of days, and go to Houston, Texas. NAPO, Texas is having a regional conference. So I'll be seeing people from NAPO Dallas Fort Worth, NAPO Austin, NAPO Houston. I haven't been to Houston in a long time, so it's amazing to see Houston. I'm very excited to go there. I'm trying to find some good barbecue. Get suggestions, but I'm very excited to see the folks there. And I am teaching the last course of the whole shebang. So on Saturday, March 3rd, I believe. I hope I have that right. March 3rd. At the end, I will be teaching a class on adding media to your life. If you are a worker, I think this is good for anybody, not just professional organizers, but that's who I'm speaking to, but anyone who wants to add possibly video aspect to your business or an audio aspect. It could be a blog, it could be a 2 minute video, it could be a podcast. You may want to get on the radio. I mean, I'm going to teach you how to talk, in TV speak. And you talk up, and you're ready, and you're happy, and life is good, and I'm organizing, that kind of stuff. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna do demonstrations. I'm gonna have some fun with it. I'm very, very excited. Hope the weather's nice. I've been kind of seeing mentioned rain possibly and thunderstorms. I'm like, no. But I'm excited to go down there and meet everyone down there and get out there. I had such a great time with NAPO Pittsburgh last month. I'm really looking forward to this. I just want to travel the country, meet all the chapters. Any chapters listening to this, invite me to your chapter. I'll come down. I don't know. I'll just come down and speak. I don't know. I just love to. I want to meet everybody. I just think I just love our industry so much. Then next month, it'll be April. I'm going to the national conference. I haven't gone since 2015. The last couple of years, the Emmys. I have had this dual life of TV and organizing, and and then my grandson turned 18. I had all kinds of stuff going on the last couple of years, but I'm able to go this year, and it's in Chicago, one of my favorite cities. We're outside of Chicago, and that's the end of April. So I'm going there, and hopefully I'll be able to maybe broadcast a show from there or interview some really special guests. I'm in talks with all of that. That's very exciting coming up. It's like a couple of conferences coming up the next couple of months. Some travel happening. My blog is celebrated 4 years, and I've been doing some diversity stuff on it and to some mixed reviews. One of the things that was very surprising to me is that I've been reaching out to my Dutch counterparts because I'm part Dutch, and that has been successful, actually. I'm getting lots of views and fans from Belgium and the Netherlands and in America who speak Dutch. So I'm going to continue that. It's been very interesting. I'm also reaching out to Spanish speakers. I speak Spanish, and Portuguese speakers. I want to do blogs in those languages. So if you're a person who wants to write a blog or add something to it, please let me know. Contact me. I've been kind of talking to a few people, and I'm very excited about that. So please do. I think that's enough talking of me. We're going to get to our guest, Ellen Delap. We're going to go to commercial break, of course, first, play a few things, and then come back. We're back with Ellen Delap. This is the SOS Show with James Lott Jr., and I am James Lott Jr., Super Organizer. Be right back. MakeSpace.com, a full-service storage startup in New York City, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., and Chicago. Never visit a storage unit again. Your stuff is picked up, stored for you, and brought back to you whenever you need. Go to www.makespace.com or go to Twitter @MakeSpace or go to Facebook, MakeSpace.com. They're also on the App Store and iTunes. Go there and visit them for more details. They are there for you and your storage needs. You guys, this is the SOS Show with James Lott Jr., and I'm James Lott Jr., Super Organizer. We are back from our commercial break, and as I told you before, I have the honor of a wonderful guest. She is the founder and CEO of Professional-Organizer.com, almost 20 years in the game. She's also a certified professional organizer. She's also, which I love, the Institute of Challenging Disorganization. I love those folks. She has earned the ADD Specialist Certification and the Chronic Disorganization Specialist Certification. She's also a family manager coach. I mean, is there anything she doesn't do? She is also our current president of this association I always talk about on the show, and I've had many members on here, the National Association of Productivity and Organizing Professionals, which I'm a member of myself. And it's just an honor to have this cool person on my show this morning, Miss Ellen Delap. How are you, Ellen?
I am awesome. Thank you for having me, James. I am so excited that we're partnering on your show today.
Yes, and good
Super fun.
and good timing too, because I was just telling them before that I'm doing this conference later this week. I will be seeing you actually in Houston, Texas. I'm doing the 2018 NAPO Texas Regional Conference, which I'm so excited about.
I know, it's going to be awesome.
I,
Got
you know,
a wonderful group of speakers, and people are really looking forward to hearing you, James. So I'm
well,
so thrilled that you're one of our presenters.
well, it's for me. Thank you for having me. It's an honor. Thanks for reaching out to me and having me. And I'm closing out the conference. So I found I was like,
Awesome.
so we're gonna have a good time.
Everyone will have to stay to the bitter end then. Absolutely. Yeah.
Like the bitter end, I love that. It's gonna be fun. I said, I'm gonna. It's gonna be a really good time. And I want to tell people at home, I'm doing a conference. My breakout sessions on media and adding media to your business and your marketing, and I've made it fun. So it's gonna be interactive. We have a good time. We have some laughs, but I'm gonna actually give you step by step tips on how to create and how to get some stuff going. Maybe that's outside the box. And what I wanted to ask you, Miss Ellen, was this conference, was the impetus for this conference to kind of people who can't get together nationally, people can get together regionally and still learn something.
Absolutely, and I think it's spearheaded by our NAPO Houston president, Leanna George.
Love her.
Leanna is a huge connector, and I think one of the biggest thrills for all of us is just to get to know other Texans, and we're thrilled because we have a really national representation in our presenters and in our attendees. Mm-hmm. But I think, it's really all about connecting, which is what all of our conferences are about. There's a few other regional conferences, and I think our NAPO Houston people thought we could do this. They're very energized. Of course, they're very organized.
Yes.
And they thought, why not let's all get together and share the fun of learning together as well as just getting to know each other better.
And like California, Texas is a huge state.
Yes.
I mean, because you know how how it is for us too. It's a huge state. I think it's very cool that you guys could actually, your chapters are working together.
Yes.
Like Austin. I'm actually meeting somebody from NAPO Austin here in LA later today.
Wow.
Small
I think
world.
There's actually a little friendly competition going on, James, between the cities.
Which is fine, right? That's always good.
Absolutely.
Yes. Because I always tell people all the time, and all kidding aside, in real life, there's enough work to go around for everyone, unfortunately, in this country. There's enough work for everybody to be busy.
Exactly.
There's a lot of organizing and management issues, productivity issues. I mean, there's a lot going on. There's enough work for everyone.
Well, and we have so many specialties now because within our industry, we have people who help seniors. We have people who help with downsizing. We have people that help with photos. So it's so varied what all of our specialties are. Like my specialty is ADHD. Mm-hmm. So when I see all of our organizers together supporting each other, honestly, there's more than enough work to go around, and we support each other in running our businesses well and doing our best work with clients. So, yes, it's what I call very collegial in our industry, very non-competitive.
I love that you mentioned that because it's also a business. And, we're doing something that we love, but we're also entrepreneurs at the same time. And that's very important. And I always mention this to newer organizers, that it's very important that you remember that line. There's two things going on for you. They have to kind of go side by side to be successful. And it's nice to have people who've already done it or who are doing it too. I always say, Ellen, the last conference I went to was in Los Angeles in 2015. I was able to go to that one. And I felt,
loved it.
Oh my God. And I felt like I had a natural high. Just being around people that they thought like I did. Or they enjoyed like what I enjoy. It was a wonderful thing.
Exactly. We all talk about being with our tribe when we come together because it's that instant moment of, wow, these people really get me. And it's just an extended family for all of us. I don't think there's another industry, honestly, that's as close-knit and supportive of each other as our industry is, truly.
I would agree with you on that. And one of the things I wanted to ask you is, because you have been in the business for nearly 18 years at this point.
Yes.
You started professional.organizer.com. Okay, first of all, How did you get that name? No one else had it? I've been wanting to ask you that question for a long time.
A long time ago. The internet was a baby then.
Wow.
Well, when I have an awesome web designer, and when she said to me, "You can't believe it. This is like the best name ever because if we put the dash in there, it's going to be just like there's a space." So I have to credit the woman who's behind the scenes. I've always delegated that part of technology to my web designer, and she has always captured the essence of me, and just as a result, attracted the kind of clients I work best with, which is what we all want to do, is who we work best with.
Right.
That makes our businesses so fabulous.
So you were right place, right time when you got in. I mean, like for 9 years ago when I got the super organizer, like no one has that. I mean, I had the search done and I was forming the LLC, and I'm like, no one has a super organizer. Like no one has it. Any part of that, I was so excited. But I was like, come on, she has professional-organizer.com. Like she got it.
I know. And that's one thing, like when we're all talking to new organizers, is we do want them to be very thorough in their research about the name of their business, because there's a lot of people that are trademarking their business names. Mm-hmm. So it just is worth your time to do extra research on what you're naming your business.
Do your due diligence. That's what you say. Always just in case. It's always good to know. And you'd be surprised. You may be like, oh, I can't do it, or you may, I can have it. It's mine. Because I know finding a name can be really tough.
Yes.
And nowadays, with the whole search engine SEO thing, you want to find any kind of words that people will look you up and they'll find you. And
exactly.
So it can be tough.
It's worth finding out what those words are, doing that keywords, the Google keywords.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And also you want to make it sound like something that's you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Because Ellen, I find that our business also is one of the few businesses where it's very personal.
Yeah,
it's a mix of
brand.
Yes, it's a
we
mix.
Are the brand.
Yes, it's a mix of personal and professional, isn't it?
It is, and you become very trusted people for the people we work with, and it is about your connection to your clients and creating that trust relationship. And of course, I always refer back to the NAPO Code of Ethics, because that's such an important part of our industry, that we have a code of ethics, that we rely on it.
Yes.
Our ethics class is free in our NAPO University. I don't know if everybody knew that. It's free to all of our members.
Okay.
So it's really worth taking time to listen to it maybe every other year, just to get a refresher course on what different situations might come up that you want to be sure that we're really on top of our code of ethics. Yes,
that's very important, and that's, again, for business reasons, it's very important. I used to work in insurance. I was telling you off mic, and we used to have the errors and omissions insurance and things. All these different things, and it all came down to ethics. It's kind of interesting. It all comes down to ethics, and I know for me, when I started my business, and I was thinking of keywords I wanted to put out there, and I'm talking, this is like 9 years ago, and one of the words I have in my thing is that I said it was like trustworthy, but I was like non-judgmental. For some reason, that word got me clients, and still does.
That is a really important. Not only it says who we are because it's about our relationship, but that is a key word in the element of the businesses we do. Definitely.
Yes. So I've been a NAPO member. My anniversary will be in April. It'll be 4 years.
I'm April too.
Are you really? Oh, funny. Because I guess April. It must be, I guess, spring. I don't know, spring or something like that. And for me, I had heard of NAPO before. Wasn't because I'm a person who I've had many different fields. I mean, from nursing to retail, whatever. I like being parts of organizations that promote a business.
I'm wondering what made you make the decision that you were going to join NAPO. I'm always curious what our members are, what makes that decision click.
Okay, for me, so at first I researched it, and I reached out to a few people, and I told this to your former president, a guest on the show, Miss Ellen Fay, who I love. Hi, Ellen. I love her.
Our past president.
Yes, and she's the one who actually turned things around for me. But I was telling her that I didn't have the greatest experience at first with some members of NAPO back in the past. And so, but some reason I was just like, maybe it's them and maybe it's not the organization. And then I found a couple people who were part of the organization. I had them on my radio show, and we started talking. I'm always open. I'm just always open to the universe, and like I'll listen, and I don't hold grudges or anything like that. And then I started doing more research on your page. I'm a person who's very visual. I went to the websites, and I saw you had classes. I saw you had meetings, conferences. I saw there's chapters everywhere. For some reason, and I saw the prestige. I guess for me, 'cause I'm also a certified life coach, and I'm a member of the International Coach Federation, which is a big thing too. And I'm always looking for collaboration. I'm always looking for partnership. I'm always looking for family. That's just me.
Speaking my language, I am completely that way too.
It's me, and I just
Definitely.
Because what clicked for me also is I'm alone. We're all satellites. We're all out there alone doing our thing. That I was like, there's no office, water cooler talk. Like, I wanted to meet people who thought like me, who enjoyed the industry. Like, I can talk about organizing for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I just love it so much. and I found that NAPO had that. I'm part of some other little groups of organizing groups, and they're fine. But I found this one was professional, because that's another thing for me. If I'm gonna, for marketing purposes, I want professional associations as part of my life. And that's why I saw the value. And when I saw NAPO, I saw it was professional, it was friendly, and they did have value. So that's kind of what switched me over.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear that. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't heard the word prestige, but I'm going to take that forward. I love that idea too.
Well, no, it to me, when I put the logo on my pages, my blog and stuff, I saw people looked at it. See, I'm a marketing person just by trade, so they saw something like, oh, the National Association. It was like it made those words made people go, he must be somebody who's knows what he's doing and he's legit. Credibility. And I did notice a difference once I put those logos up, and I saw it for marketing reasons. I saw it was just different. And then also, just on another note, it helped me connect with so many more people in our industry for my radio shows and stuff and TV.
Absolutely.
So it's a dual purpose thing. But I think it's prestige to it. I mean, being part of this major association in our business, it's major. I love that part of it. I love that.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
And I love hearing all these reasons, because it isn't necessarily a single reason that makes people make this decision, but all of the elements you put together, and especially the marketing element. I feel like if anything, having a National Association membership shows people you're serious about your business.
Yes.
And that you are in this business as a professional. Definitely.
Yes. I totally agree with that. And I think it went for me, it showed people this wasn't just a hobby.
Exactly.
It wasn't just a side dish business that I was doing. This is for real. Yes. James is actually an organizer. This is what he does to get paid for a living.
Exactly.
And
I love that.
And that's what I think. And I think being part of NAPO has done it for me. And I will just say, and just because you are the current president, I will say this last year, since NAPO's kind of discovered me, it's been such a great partnership. I mean, so many of our colleagues have been on my shows. So many of them have been to my blog. So many of them. I mean, I could tell the difference since we started.
Embrace.
Yes.
Great. I love it. Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, it's a female dominated business, and I love it. I'm like, I love women. I love being around women. I love that these strong, inventive, funny, entrepreneurial women are doing this. You guys created an industry, a whole industry, and I just admire that so much.
And we're just starting to embrace our next, the productivity consultants. As you know, we changed our DBA, doing business as.
Yes.
And I'm so excited because we're going to be embracing more and more of our colleagues who not only work in the organizing efforts, but also in the productivity effort. And that is such a big part of what's going on in the universe right now. It comes down to, how do I get more done? How do I feel less stressed?
Your organization was very smart to do that, because that is, first of all, it's a key word that's happening right now: productivity. That's number one. But number two, they're twin strands, productivity and organizing. They're just they go together. Because you can't really manage time. We say time management. I got certifications in that, but that's not really where we're not managing time. We're managing productivity. We're managing organization. We're managing, there's things that we're managing life. We're managing, we're managing those things. They all go together.
Exactly. And I'm sure you see that in the coaching field too.
Yes.
There's all these overlaps
Yes.
with how people learn and how people do their best work. So it's a very exciting time in our field because we're really launching forward on something we saw years ago as a trend, and now it's coming into being in our industry.
And you're a coach also, so you know how that is too. You're a family manager coach, so you know how that is. How coaching and that it's also they're cousins to each other or siblings to each other to kind of work together also.
Exactly. I think it's just one of those tools in your toolbox. I like to say.
Yes.
That in working with our clients. Sometimes we're the expert, and sometimes we're the coach.
That's true.
It depends on what our client needs at that time. Definitely.
That's so true. And isn't that funny? I tell people all the time, and you almost touched on this a little earlier, we're one of the few fields out there where everyone can use us from age 2 to 102. Like this what we do can affect everyone. It crosses gender and color and age and size and religion. I mean, it crosses everything. And I can't think of any other really industry that does that.
No, and I think that's what the universality of what we do, like you mentioned, is we can make a difference in everyone's lives, just in the smallest of ways. Mm-hmm. And that's, I think, what many of us really love about this the field we're in, because it's so rewarding, and we feel so that if all else fails, what we're doing is going to make a difference in someone's life every day.
Yeah.
So.
Now, when you started, though, did you see this business, because we're still a relatively young industry, I mean, like about 30, 35 years or so, when you came in 2001, did you see or envision our business being this vast and this wide back then?
I think at that time, we really had a very focused organizing effort, and it really wasn't as much about, there were definitely chronically disorganized people. There have been, I think since it became so accessible to get goods easily, but even more so now because of Amazon.
Yeah.
I don't know that people knew that this growth was going to be so significant, but we're more and more following future trends in our industry and seeing where the growth potential is, and it's really unlimited because of the way we live our lives and the time elements. I think if anything, now because time is more precious than ever before, people are really time crunched, and that's where this organizing productivity makes even a bigger difference. Plus the technology, the speed of life.
Yes.
There's a lot of elements that have contributed to having us as team members for families and individuals and people at work. And I'm always amazed at the growth that's gone on. And especially in the last year, I think the vulnerability that our society feels right now, they really want to create a nest. They want an office environment where they can get work done and get onto the experiences of life that they want. So there's a lot of elements that have contributed. And looking forward, NAPO is also focusing on what are some of those future trends and where will we be able to serve others. So it's a great consideration for us nationally and locally in chapters, and just individuals as they grow their business.
Well, I'm glad you said that. That's so true. And I know for me, being out in Hollywood and having this kind of dual life where I am so humble. I get to do TV and radio and podcasts. I get to do both. Many of us do one or the other, and I've been very fortunate that I get to do both. And I just celebrated my 3 years on television the other day.
Congratulations!
Thank you. And that was the thing I just fell into. And in my television world, I am known as a super organizer. Like, I am always talking about organizing in my interviews with celebrities. like I bring it up, and it's funny, like how it reaches across so many. Like, I was talking to a soap star, and he was like, "Wait a minute, you're a professional organizer. So is my wife." And I was like,
Wow.
she is? I go, has she heard of NAPO? No. Let me pass you on. I mean, I was able to pass information to her, and because she had started professional organizing, but she's the wife of a soap star that I was interviewing. So I mean, like, it really permeates a lot of that's why I talk about it all the time. I talk about it all the time.
I know, isn't it wonderful too? Because people probably come up to you and talk to you
Mm-hmm.
about, listen, James, this is what I did in my closet this week.
Yes.
And they want your praise, and also they want your ideas.
Yes.
So I mean, it's such a great connection between people. So what do you find about celebrities? Like, what's their general idea about being organized? More is better, less is better. Like, is there a generalizable anything from your work with celebrities about being organized or being productive?
First of all, you should do my job. You're a good interviewer. That's a great question. I was like, that's a great question. I'm like, you just do my job. You're doing good.
Hey, this is collaborating.
I know, but you're so good. That's a great question. I've never been asked that before. Which I'm going to talk about a little bit in our class later this week. I'm going to mention some celebrity stuff that I can mention. What I have found for me because I've worked with some celebrities, of course, it really is about management of their time. It's scheduling is their biggest thing. And when it comes to their homes, because I have a couple of clients that I'm working with who have, I mean, we're talking 5,000 square foot homes with 10 walk-in closets. I mean, I'm talking the real extreme.
Yeah.
They want to make sure everything's organized so that quickly they can find something.
Yeah.
I got an office, I got to shoot for a commercial here, or I got to be down here for, a modeling assignment, or I'm the producer of a show, and I got to just be able to grab these 5 things when I need it. They're very much about making sure everything is accessible and easy to find. So it cuts their time. So they're all about time. Everything's, because time is money. You're busy. You got to get stuff done. Make sure my closet is organized in a way that I can find what I need in the least amount of time. Make sure when I'm in the kitchen, make sure everything that I need to do my meal prep for that week is where it needs to be, so I can just do it and be done. Those are always the demand. That's always So it's very much about time. When it comes to actual stuff, many of them actually are okay with getting rid of stuff. They're open to what I found with celebrities. They're open to outside the box ideas. I'm working with some I call them civilians because I have that kind of world. I live in that world where I like and civilians. They're sometimes a little more closed off and a little nervous about trying something different. Or they like traditional ways of, we'll just go to Goodwill and give this away. Or I'll ask a family. When you go to celebrities, like, well, let's throw a party and it'll be a giveaway party, or take it to the office and just, they're very much open to let's get rid of it. I'm not using it anymore. Let's get it out. And however you think is best, let's do it. I have found.
Wow. That's great. And I love these innovative ideas you're coming up with. It's easier to let go of things when it's more fun, it sounds like to me.
Well,
I think that's a big part of what you bring to the game too, is the fun.
Oh, I laugh all the time. My laugh is polarizing in Hollywood. Trust me, there are folks who hate it and folks who love it. Some people say it's like a warm hug. Some people say their ears blow up. I just like to have fun because, for me as an organizer, I'm living the American dream. I'm getting to do what I want to do, and I'm not exactly 25 years old anymore. I started this in my 40s. And I'm doing exactly what I want to do. So I'm happy. I'm genuinely happy to organize. I'm happy to talk about it. I'm happy to have people come on my show. I'm happy to be in the trenches. I mean, I love it. So for me, I think it comes across in my ways of doing things. And like right now, this is kind of an exclusive, everybody. I have not Ellen's bringing stuff out of me that I haven't even talked about yet. But I have just finished writing a play where the lead story and the lead characters are organizers.
How fun. That is going to be awesome.
And I'm going to start doing table reads. Actually, I wrote the first draft, and luckily I work in Hollywood, so I have a lot of friends who are actors. We're going to do a table read and just see what it sounds like.
That's exciting.
And
congratulations.
Thank you.
That's an accomplishment.
Thank you. And I'm trying to think of different ways. People, as you know, she just want to throw everything away. that's not our business. We do much more than that. So I want to show them.
Exactly.
I want to show them in ways that are entertaining. Plus, it merges my two worlds. And so I get to be the creative producer, writer, and also be an organizer. So I can.
That's wonderful.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
so stay look out for that. I might mention it at the conference too, but that's something I'm mentioning to you guys, my listeners, and to Ellen. I'm actually, like I said, the first draft is written, and I'm gonna shop it around and stuff. So I'm very excited, and that's me. I like to think of different ways to kind of get our business out there.
Exactly.
Because we are a real industry, folks.
Well, and the more people know about us, the better for everybody. Because it really comes down to if you're in need of an extra, set of hands or someone to help you get over a place you're stuck or just give you new ideas. That's what the resources are out here, but we just got to shout it to the world so they know we're here for them.
Yes.
In all sorts of ways. So
yes.
Your podcast is what's amazing for that too, James, and that's why I really congratulate you on not only your longevity, but also just what you're sharing with everyone. That's so valuable.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much. It's funny. I told somebody the other day, I'm like, my podcast in July will be 3 years. I've done over 150 episodes.
Wow.
And this is weekly. And I started because I had a blog. And a radio station found my blog and came to me and said, we need something like what you're doing. Can you translate that into radio? And I was like, do you hear my voice? Yes, I can do the radio. I'm ready. And I was laughing. I laughed about that.
Your voice is made for radio. Yes.
Exactly. So shout out to Adrenaline Radio who started me out. And then when I went to iHeart Radio and said, I have this, a show, and there's not very many of us out there. They reviewed my show. They loved it and took me on. So now I'm an international.
Wonderful.
So now, and this is all from, and I say this all for people out there, and that's why I'm doing this breakout session. It's for anybody. I started from scratch. I started from scratch, and look where I am today.
How did you find out about NAPO in the beginning? Like I read about it in Houston Chronicle in the year 2000, and I was like, wow, people do this for a living. That's fabulous. That's so me. I'm doing it. How did you find out?
I found out I started my business in 2009. So then I think it was 2011, I was ready to see more. The first couple of years were all about just like, get it together in the business and oh my God, and can make some money. And it was all that. And I was trying to be an actor at the time. I was like, I thought I wanted to be an actor. Thank God I stopped that. I was like, oh, no, thank you. And then I said, let me look, and I went online. I literally went online. I think I did Google. I did Google, and went on and said, organizations for organizers, and literally it came up.
Wonderful. Well, let's hear for it. Search engine optimization.
Yes, I mean, seriously, I think that's what I did. I just looked up and went, oh. And then, of course, I'm a researcher. I go in and I start researching, and that's what it was. Now, it's great. It's a great segue because I want to ask you because also, folks, I don't think since my last show on this one, I am now going to the national conference in April in Chicago. I'm very excited to go to that. And, of course, Ellen will be there, too, of course, for that one. And how excited we are for that. And this is a whole new format. So I'm really curious to see how this goes.
A retreat format this year. We're having it at a retreat center called the Q Center. And it's very lovely walking, biking, outside activities. There's fabulous food there. This is something new for us this year where everything all food is included in the conference cost. Mm-hmm. And we have 28 unbelievable sessions that we're going to be enjoying from our colleagues. We have an amazing keynote who's going to share, I think, taking our business to the next level. Mm-hmm. And so nobody wants to miss out. We are running out of spots. We have limited availability. So I'm so glad, James, you hopped on this already because we're definitely going to sell out this year of spaces. That's
great. Congratulations. That's great.
Yeah.
Because you never know when you change a format or so. You never know how it's going to go.
No.
But I think it's because people love your conferences. That's why they're going.
Oh, yeah. Well, everyone is such a... we're so focused on education in our industry and learning. Yes. And our colleagues are so dedicated to sharing information with us. But you do know there's the President's Party, right, James? That's our Saturday night event that is dancing. It's really fabulous. It is like the most fun you can have.
Yeah, I think I was reading. I think I was reading about that. Yeah, I think I was reading about that. I was thinking, well, I'm a dancer, so I mean, I'll be out there, I'm sure.
We are dancers in our industry. We like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I can still get
bring
down.
a little bit something dressy because
Yes.
we do dress up for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I like to have fun, so I mean that'll be fun for us. But no, I was just actually going through. I'm sitting right in front of me. I was just looking at the different sessions. You have some. Oh my God, I'm trying to decide which ones I want to go to. So I mean, there's so much to choose from.
I know we really focus on client interaction.
Yes.
Business building, hands-on organizing, productivity sessions. So we really have something for everybody. And what's wonderful is they're 90-minute sessions, and so we can have 28 sessions throughout our 3-day. It's very compact this year.
It is.
So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we're getting a lot in a short time.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it right now. There's several I want to go to. I can't wait. And I noticed, this is what I noticed about, maybe because it's an inclusive conference or in a location, there are a lot of self-care sessions I see in here.
Yes, we've really focused on that with the retreat theme because as entrepreneurs, we know that we run really hard and work really hard.
Yes, we do.
And play really hard.
Yes.
So we wanted to be sure that self-care was a really important element in this year's conference.
I love that. And then my fans up there now, I'm all about self-care. I have a self-care life coach series out there, a podcast. I talk about that. I'm all about self-care. I think it's so
critical to our success.
Oh my God,
Definitely.
it's very much critical to our success. Now, what I want to ask you, because I'm really curious, you are the current president of our association. What does it mean to you? Because you've been through this organization for a long time. What does it mean to you to be the president of our organization?
Well, I have to say it is very humbling, and I feel very honored. One of the most important elements to me is I was the membership chair before I was president.
Okay.
And I want our members to feel like they get value for their membership. We've added the Ask the Pros series. I know you know our friend Geraldine.
Yes, I do.
That right now.
Yes.
So the value to our members is very important to me. Being president is like running a small corporation, honestly,
yes.
while running your own business.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've been able to create balance with that, which is great. But I think what's most valuable to me is all the people that are amazing volunteers that are part of NAPO, like all of our chapter leaders, our committee chairs, our SIG coordinators, all the people who do micro-volunteering, people who run the Point community. I know you know Carrie Prince, too.
Yeah.
So I just love the connection with all of our members. That has been so rewarding. And honestly, every week I give referrals to NAPO national members. Like last week, I was able to refer a NAPO Chicago member.
Good, yes.
So I think it's just in the connection that's most important. But we do get a lot done, and we have a lot of emphasis on member benefits going forward. So that's important.
For me, I've noticed, because I've been around, and I'm out there, and I was just in NAPO Pittsburgh as our keynote speaker in January, and I've been kind of visiting different places. And your name, when it comes up, it's always lovely, and I love her. Oh my, she's good. She's a hard worker. She's good. Those are great things. Those are great things to have people say about you.
Well, I feel very honored again that people have been such contributors and collaborators. That's such an important part of this for me, is this whole collaboration that we do. It's wonderful. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Now, folks also know that she also has got the award for service in NAPO in 2013 and 2015. Just want you guys to know that. So you've been doing your service so well for so long. So
well, thank you.
Congratulations.
It really is an honor. I have really felt like ever since I have been a NAPO member, it's just made the most amazing relationships that not only have I learned, like the technology we use, the way people work with their clients. I have learned so much from my colleagues. I call it a giant mastermind group.
Well, I like that.
I'm always out learning, and that's so important to all of us.
The education never stops. If it does,
No.
I'm sorry for you if you think the education stops. It
That's
never
right.
stops. And I learned from my colleagues. I learned from you. I learned from my clients. I mean, I learn all the time. And I love that our business, it just feels like our business, we're the most passionate businesses out there. And we affect, we're very passionate. But we affect change in the world. We really do. Like we're doing something positive. And I think that needs to be highlighted so very much that we're out there one person at a time, one business at a time, one family at a time. We are affecting change so that people can live the best lives they can. And it should be taken lightly. It shouldn't.
No, exactly. And when I see all the dark things that people are talking about, I'm glad that we have our industry to be the light.
I agree.
To add, just be contributors to the universe.
Now, what I want to tell you also when I talk to you, I want to say kudos on the videos. I watch your videos in the morning. I'm glad you're doing them because I heard through the grapevine you weren't sure you were going to do them and you weren't sure should you do them or something like.
Exactly.
So what made you push through and decide to do them? I like them. So what made you decide to do them?
I went to my NAPO Houston, one of my meetings, and Leanna and Gail Goddard did a presentation, and they were like, get over being perfect. I think we all struggle with, like, oh my gosh, is that good enough? And so, I always like to push myself in marketing because I think that's, again, a learning thing for me. I mean, it's not natural to me, but I've become a student of marketing.
Yeah.
And the videos, it's been really, really fun because the more you lean into them and the more fun you have with them, the better they are. And that's what I discovered about like that little. Years ago, I went to a NAPO conference session and it was about speaking. And the first thing it was Porter Knight, and she said, you don't have to speak to get clients. So if you don't want to, right away, just take that off your checklist. And after that, I thought, so conquering these little fears, I think all of us have, just make us grow. And so that was the same with the videos. It was like trying to find a comfort point with that and getting over that perfectionism, which I think every single one of us struggle with perfectionism in some way.
Yes, that's very true.
It holds us back. Yeah.
That's very true. But I'll give you a little secret. So for me, people don't realize this, I do live television every week. It's not recorded.
Wow.
So when I started my radio show, they're like, you must do live stuff because you're really good at this radio openings. And so I said, yeah, I do live TV every day. So I had to lean into, as you said, into the camera, so to speak, and like make it fun. And I always tell people, I use the camera as my friend. I don't see it as a camera anymore. That's always my little trick. And I'm going to talk about this too later in the conference. But it's like it became the camera is an extension of me. So now when I'm talking to it, it's not a separate thing. I don't see it as separate.
That's such a great tip because that does warm you up too.
It does.
You're like, hey, I'm just talking to my friends. Yeah.
Talking to my friends. It's like, and you're not. It's not anything that because you make it separate, make a line, then that's where the nervousness comes in, and it's not part of you. You got to make it part of you. Yeah. So I'm glad you said you're leaning into this. That you kind of literally have to do that. So now when I do an interview, people will see me turn to the camera and I'll do my little asides and go, well, yeah, okay, you know how that feels, folks. It's like I make it part of us. It's part of the room. That's great. So you got a little tip today. We got a little tip right today, and that's kind of this is gonna be part of my conference session. So this is kind of what I talk about, and so I'm very proud of you for overcoming that and walking through it because it can be fun. That's the whole thing. It's so much fun, and it doesn't take you that long to make a video and upload it and do it. Just do it. It can be a lot of fun.
Exactly. And I think that's the other thing is just when I realized that this didn't have to be such a struggle, like it's very accessible, then that's what really made the big, getting a tripod. That was the point. So it can just be go, it's stable. But I love your tip. I'm going to take that into action when I'm making my next set of videos.
Trust me.
Into there, and it's it's my friend.
It's
That's
your
good. I
friend.
love it.
And
Yeah.
you can give it a name if you want to, whatever. It's like it's to me, it really helped me with the
Yeah.
live television element for me of it. And so now when I see cameras, I can go in front of a camera and it's not even a big deal. I just say, okay, I'm ready. Let's do this.
That's
Okay, let's
awesome.
go. So that's
Go.
my
Yes.
tip. Let's go.
Exactly.
Ellen, I could talk to you forever. You'll have to come back on the show again another time. You're welcome back on the show
Oh,
anytime.
thank you. I can't wait. It's been so much fun, James. You are an amazing host, and thank you for inviting me on the show. It has been on my mind for a while, and you made this happen like instantaneously. So I am so grateful.
I'm a doer, girl. I'm a doer. Like this,
Make it
happen.
Mm-hmm.
And as our Love Fest, I just want to say thank you so much for letting me come to your conference and be a speaker and close out the conference. I hope this begins a long association with us. I'm so very honored, and I can't wait to be at both conferences. I'm so excited, and I hope this just continues. It's such a delight.
Absolutely.
So tell
Absolutely.
folks who are listening, if they want to contact you for anything for your business or just want to talk to you, where can they find you on social media?
So I'm on social media on Facebook as professionalorganizer.com,
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram, Ellen Delap, and Pinterest, Ellen Delap. And I'd love to connect with people. I am on Facebook daily, just putting out little tips.
You do. You're good. Yeah,
Instagram,
you're good. Yeah, I like them.
And Pinterest too. So yes, let's connect. That'd be fabulous.
Yeah, people, and I will post some stuff on our Facebook page, of course, which is the Super Organizer Show. I watch your videos. I watch and I smile. Like, oh, okay, thank you. And she gives some good tips and things, and I'm seeing you hang, and you're starting to have more fun with them. So yeah, so you'll connect with her. And if you have anything you want to say or talk to her about, or get advice, or hire her team, or talk to her. You know, go to her. She's good. She's good people.
Thank you. Good people. You
Good.
are too, James. Thank you so much.
Are you a producer looking for a host for a new project? Or are you interested in a career in hosting and don't know how to begin? Or are you a host looking for a community? Well, welcome to Meet the Host, the place where hosts meet. Go to youtube.com, Meet the Host, for the show, which airs every Monday. It features hosts from all genres talking about their world of hosting. Then continue the conversation and go to Meet the Host on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, where we post news, entertainment, tips, and more, all geared to hosting. That's Meet the Host, the place where hosts meet. Hi, I'm James Lott Jr., professional organizer and certified life coach, and the owner of A Lot of Help. I have a new series podcast called 15 Tips to Self-Care Series 1. It is 15 individual tracks, all short length, that tackle a subject that's very useful in life. Some of them are for business, some are for personal, some are for organizing, and they're all educational. I invite you to go to Spreaker.com/JLJ Media and take a listen. Pick one. You don't have to go in order. You can pick from 15 first and go to 1, or 1 and go to 15. Subjects like procrastination is no joke, what is a life coach, and everything in between. Go to Spreaker.com/JLJ Media and go to 15 Tips to Self-Care Series 1. Also, visit us on the Facebook page, A Lot of Help. We are back. Thank you, Ellen Delap, for being on the show. She's great, and what a great conversation, and all the work that she has done and continues to do. I'm very honored to have had her on my show. Our show, of course, is every Monday. We're on iHeart Radio. We are on iTunes and Spreaker.com. Go to any of those locations, you'll find the show under the SOS Show with James Lott Jr. My blog is the superorganizeruniverse.com. My Facebook pages are the Super Organizer and the Super Organizer Show. Go to either one of those, and you'll get more on Ellen, more on tips, things that go on. These episodes are actually posted on there too, so you can listen to them. You can click there, and it'll take you to where you need to go. They're there also. And like the page. While you're there, like it, comment, let me know what's going on. If you want to be on the show, let me know, and we'll talk. If you know if there's somebody I should be in contact with, let me know. We can talk. I'm James Lott Jr. Have a great, organized week.